Okay, so we have the beginnings of what this area is going to look like. So to start off, we have the furnaces, we have the input for the items on the top that we're going to smelt, and on the back we have the input for the fuel we're going to use, which would be bamboo, obviously because we built this ginormous bamboo farm. So each one of these will be fueling their own furnace array. So like this one's responsible for this one, that one's for the one on top of it, and so on. And then if you didn't know, if you put the hopper into the back of a furnace, it'll put it into the bottom for the fuel, and then the top is where it will go for the item you want to smelt. And right now we just have the unloaders for the furnaces right now. So once the item gets put in here, it can get taken out by either a hopper or a hopper minecart from the bottom of it. And instead of using a hopper, we're going to use a hopper minecart. And what we have here is a super fast minecart unloader. Underneath this block right here, we have a hopper minecart stuck in the block, so that once you can see, we can test some stone bricks. It'll have some blocks, it'll suck them all out, and then we can take the minecart from underneath there, and then we're going to put it into a water stream and give it to, like, transport it to the player, which will probably be up a little higher, maybe. Kind of sort of have the same thing over here for the bamboo or the fuel. Since we are on the back one, it'll go into the fuel. So what we need to do is take this water stream and like plop the items down on top of a block here with another hopper minecart. As you can see, I'm using a lot of hopper minecarts just because they transport items a lot quicker than regular hoppers. But at the same time, they are very useful for many things. So what this does is, this is a lot more complicated, is it's the same thing you have over here as you have right there. It's just we are taking an out or a signal from here, comparing the two, so that once this comparator has a stronger signal than this one, it will unpower this torch, unextending that trapdoor, allowing the minecart to go with the bamboo and fuel up all the furnaces. And then it also at the same time sends a signal to over to here, which this is a smart piston, is that it gets powered and then depowered real quickly, so that it goes back to this default state. It's only allowing one minecart to come out and go back into this position where this minecart is now. And what I have to call this little thing right here is we can stack the minecarts on top of each other to have like a little bulk system. I like to call it the hopper minecart magazine, because it just keeps feeding, like once this one comes all the way around, it'll get fed back right into this, like a magazine sort of kind of thing. So that's what we got going on here, and then we're only gonna have one bamboo filler per module of the furnace array, because we already have the bamboo split into 4 separate sections, as you can see, the 4 towers. So it'd just be easier than having to split the items again and then all over things. And that leaves us another area over here to have our item input over here, or maybe we want to put it in the middle just so like it'll go up like that. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's good to do it for this part. We just gotta complete this on all, so they complete this on all the other 3 sides, and then add the item input for the items when smelted. And then we need to add something very special at the end, because check-in to see for 2 stacks of items in here isn't very reliable because of lag and stuff like that. So there's something I want to put at the end that will guarantee that our bamboo is lossless. We're using every single piece of bamboo, as well as we're smelting every single item that we can. Okay, so I decided to just finish the one I had started. And what we got here is we just added the return line, so the minecart for the fuel goes all the way across the back there, loops all the way around, and then comes back up into this, where there's something that I did to make sure that this is like 100% lossless with the amount of fuel is I did this comparator to read the minecart after every time it comes back from its trip around, just to make sure that there is no wasted bamboo. So what happens here is that this comparator, or actually before the comparator, this detector rail sends a signal to this sticky piston, extending it, putting the trapdoor in front. But when it gets to this detector rail, it turns on the comparator, which then unpowers this torch and then powers this torch, extending the piston. And then we checked to see the item, if there's any items in there. If there is, this hopper minecart that's inside of this block right here, we'll take them out and throw it into this dropper where that gets detected and shot the items out until this is empty, and that gets fallen right back on top of the input minecart to this bamboo there. So that's all that, and this is the water stream from one of the corners. We just loop it around so that we can align the items on top or next to this fence gate. And then we have a trap door right here, which where the items will sit on, so that this minecart doesn't accidentally pick up some items that would maybe on here and messing up with this system we got going on here. And this is the minecart magazine I was talking about. So this is where all the minecarts sit that we need, and I just have it relatively high at the moment. I don't know if I'm ever going to need, or if I'll ever have more than 3 minecarts out at a time, but just for safety measures, since I already built this up this high, might as well keep it this high. So okay, just wanted to make sure that so you guys could see what's going on in each module, since I just kind of didn't have half of this here. I just said this is what's going to happen, so I just built that up, and I have to do it on the rest of the other 3 sides. And so we still have to do the input line for the items we want to smelt on this one, which will just probably be something like this right here in the center right here for each one. And then we have to figure out a way to separate all the items and then get the output of the smelted items to the player. So that's what I gotta do now, so I'm gonna get to it. The last clip, there was like nothing done, right? So the reason why this video, or this next clip, has so much progress done and is released on a Friday instead of a Wednesday is because I finished it. I finished the whole thing. The whole smelter is done. And I mean the whole thing. So this is why the video was so delayed, because I had to build all this without a template, and to say it wasn't very easy, but I mean it's all done. It works pretty well. I mean, you can see the amount of minecarts we got here. Let's see how many we crafted. 327 crafted hopper minecarts, that is. So it's a lot, yes, I understand, but I mean it's worth it. It can smelt a full shulker box in under 4 minutes, which is nice. I mean, I'm limited by the speed of these things, so I want to try to speed that up, but as long as it gets all the items to me, it's fine, because this thing looks amazing. So this farm is done, which I'm so happy that it's done, because it's going to be used so much. Like, you don't even know. I did a test with 2 shulker boxes of sand, and then I also second tested it again with a shulker box of potatoes. So let's just say now we have a limited amount of potatoes. A full shulker box and 5 stacks. And then glass, yeah, we got almost a full double chest. We're missing a little bit. Not 100% lossless, but it is fine with me. Getting all this glass in under 2 minutes, yeah, I'm fine with that. Even if I lose like 4 stacks or something like that. So it is definitely fine with me. So now I don't know what to do. I guess we can test it again. I think we should go get a shulker box of items. Okay, so we got 27 stacks of stone, which is a full shulker box. And we're going to see just how quick this thing is. So all we got to do is put the items into this one chest right here. And if you look closer, you can see some minecarts right there. So we got is 2 hopper minecarts on top of 4 hoppers each. So we get a split of 4 different inputs or outputs or inputs for the items, and then they get split into the 4 different wings of furnaces that we have. So that's that, and watch this. Watch how quick all the items get sucked out of this thing. Look at that! I love that view. All right, so if we take our view up here, you can see that the items are individually distributed evenly between all of the 4 wings, and if you look down here you can see that all the furnaces light up. Now some of them at the end don't because we're missing a few items, but I can easily adjust that. You can see that it stops right around here. We can easily adjust that just by adding a bigger filter into this hopper right here. Add more items to that and it'll keep the minecart there for longer. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, we just started putting the items in and we're already gonna get items as we come right here. And yep, here come the items. We're getting some potatoes that are left over because it doesn't smelt all of the items, because some of the items get stuck in the minecart because it's not at the limit to send the minecart. Something I want to try to fix, like send it another time just because, but I don't really know how to do that. But you can still see we're getting items, and all the items are already out of the chest, so it's just down to the dispensers shooting them fast enough. And the hoppers should be empty now. Yep, and items have stopped entering the system. I'm actually gonna need to put this down to collect everything. Yeah, I'll be back once this is done. We're only like a minute in or something like that, and we already got a bunch, so I'll be back when it's done, dude. Alright, we're done. And you can see we lost about 4 stacks, but if we hop into spectator mode, we can go find where those 4 stacks are. Not creative. Come on, spectator. There we go. So we look into this one, we got 35 in that one. And this one's over here. We got a stack in 5, so we got a stack in 40. We got a stack, 2 stacks in 46. And then 3 stacks and... Alright, so we got 3 stacks in 48. So I couldn't tell you where the 16 other ones are, since they're not stuck in the water stream here. And all of our minecarts are empty. But it's 16 items. If you care about that so much, then this is not for you, I guess. I mean, it looks amazing. This is so much going on in that center part. It just looks cool. But that's our super smelter done and dusted. It feels so good that this is finally done. And you can see the backlog. I added this comparator right here so that once we get signal strength 15, this piston will stay extended no matter what, even if that minecart is full of bamboo, so that we don't get any bamboo that just gets sent off and wasted. So it's on every single one on the first one, just because that's one's guaranteed to always have 15, or get an item in it. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I like the idea of sending the items like this onto us, so let's stay in probably. Yeah, Super Smelter's done. On to the next project, and I don't know what that would be, but yeah. Okay, so I think to finish this episode off, since we did do a lot of progress on our Super Smelter and bamboo farm, I think since it did use a lot of stone, I am kind of running a bit out of that. So to counteract that, I think we're going to build a cobblestone farm. And yes, it's going to be a bit overkill to have this much cobblestone coming in, but we can tie it in together with our smelter over there, and we can have some of the items smelted into smooth stones and stuff like that, so we can actually get a 2-in-1 there, which would be nice. Definitely be nice. So I'm probably gonna build it somewhat near this. Let's say we have the tree farm here. I'll probably build it in like this corner over here. Probably do some excavation with the trees. It's not terribly big, but I can make it a lot bigger than what it is. So I think we're gonna get started on that. It's not a big design, so it shouldn't take too long, but we're gonna get started with that now. Then that'll probably be the end of the episode. So yeah. So I was in the middle of just chopping down these trees, right? And all of a sudden I turn around and there's minecarts over here. Hopper minecarts. I guess this is from when I was building them, and it just got launched away. And 1, 2, 3, 4 hopper minecarts over here. Are you kidding me? I could have used these. Alright, so this farm is all built up, and of course you could obviously guess it. It's by Omega. He's the best person in the world for this sorts of things. Mainly any farm in general, he has something for that. Like, this thing produces way too much for the size that it is. I mean, it's nice. It's definitely nice. I need to put the minecart on top of my duper before I start anything, or else this will not work. Alright, so this should be everything. I'm gonna go double check real quick just to make sure. So we have this download of the world. So, okay, here we go. This is going to be scary, but flip the lever. We get the clock. TNT is duped. Alright, that's promising. As you can see, we had some stone bricks because I had to use them to hold the water in place so that we didn't get anything loose. But this is looking very promising. Yes, this is what I like to see. There we go, look at this. If we just go down there right now, I think we're going to get a full inventory, but I hope I don't get hit by the TNT. Yeah, like, I'm already have like 4 stacks on me. I mean, this thing just is crazy fast. I don't even think our smelter could probably keep up with it if I doubled it up on the other side, which I think I might. Considering that it's working, I think I might double it up. Since I've only ever done the one side, I think I want to try to do the other side too, but that's going to do it for this episode. Huge amounts of progress. Next episode, we'll probably link this up to the smelter and have a switch for it to go on and off, stuff like that. But as you can see, I don't really have a base. I'm still in a little hole, so sooner rather than later, I want to go do a guardian farm, since that could be the main. Those could be the main blocks for my base. So maybe the next episode we might do that. I'm not 100% on it yet, but definitely am still happy that this is working and everything is going rather smooth. Look how much cobblestone we have down there. This is great. So make sure you like, subscribe, all those sorts of things, and I'll see you in the next one.